There we go. Technology. Okay, so when I get into explaining what I'm going to be doing here, you'll see why this is such an important thing for me to figure out. So let me see. Just real quick. Let me get things kind of sorted out here. Make sure everything's working the way it's supposed to. These guys. Interesting. So I'm watching a commercial on my own live stream. Cool. Well, I got some people showing up. Interesting. Cool. Where's Joe at? Why is nothing happening? So I guess nobody's seeing anything. Tell you what, if you can see me right now, go ahead and say something about it in the chat. Anybody else seeing me? Anybody seeing me? Hello? If you can hear and see me, say the word banana in the chat room. Somebody just say the word banana. I'm looking for the word banana. Anybody? Oh, YouTube. Why do you tease me so? Anybody seeing? Anybody say banana? They can see me. You can see me. Get a shave. They can see me. I'm looking for the word banana. Just to make sure. Banana! All right. Nice. Okay, so what I am seeing on my screen, just to let you know, is me going like this. And I'm seeing comments coming up, and I'm seeing lots of bananas. All right, cool. So we got some people. So I can see what you're saying, very delayed, and I can see me standing like this. I'm going to move on now. Wow. This is amazing. Okay, so yes, 20,000 subscribers, guys. We have hit 20,000 subscribers, and I have to start this all off by saying thank you. And it's funny because, I follow a lot of YouTubers myself, and I always see them whenever they hit some kind of milestone and they do that whole thing, and it's like, oh, I love you guys so much. Oh, man, you mean the world to me. And I'm always just kind of like, yeah, come on. It feels kind of, I don't know, insincere. Not to call anybody out or anything, but it's like, I see other people saying it, and I'm just kind of like, yeah, right. But like, I'm sitting here now, and I'm thinking over the last year, right? I did a video at the end of 2016 that kind of talked about all the growth of the channel. I started the year in 2016 with like 1,800 subscribers, ended it with 19,000. And it's not just about the subscribers. I got picked for the YouTube Next Up program, still wearing the swag. I actually left a job of 12 years that was not really going anywhere for me to start working at a great new company that does video marketing and YouTube. It's not just about the channel. My whole life has evolved in a very positive way because of what's been going on here. And, actually I got a comment the other day where somebody was asking what I do outside of YouTube. And I had to think about it for a second, and I was like, I do YouTube. That's what I do now. I do that for a living. I manage channels for major brands. I'm not going to tell you who I mostly work with, but I will say it's a Fortune 500 company, and I can almost guarantee you some of you are watching this video on their computer. That's all I'm going to say. But I run their YouTube channels. That's what I do now. And that's like a major, huge shift in my life. I'm working with really great people. I get to work from home a big part of the time, and it's just been an amazing year. And it is not just me blowing smoke to say it is all because of the support you guys have shown me, of every wonderful comment you guys leave. I don't get to respond to all of them. I try really hard to respond to everybody that comments on the first day that a video comes out. I don't always achieve it because I get busy, but I do read them all, and every wonderful comment I get from you guys, it keeps me going. And the fact that you guys are sharing these videos, I've had people come in that have found these videos on Facebook and Reddit and other places like that. And it is because of you guys that the channel has grown, but I'm even more thankful that my life has been changed in a very significant way over the last year. And I do owe all that to you guys, and I really can't thank you enough. I'm getting really sappy now, but I wanted to start with that. But so I have an announcement. What's next? What's next? What was I going to talk about next? Yeah, okay, so hang on. Part of me now kind of working in this YouTube space, in the whole video marketing space, is I'm now more sort of involved in what is going on in the industry, right? So one of the things that I'm seeing, and it's everywhere, is live streaming. The thing I'm worst at, clearly. But if you go on Facebook's app right now, they've actually got a new button down at the bottom specifically for live streaming. It's on Facebook, it's on Twitter, it's on Instagram, Snapchat, YouTube is big on it. I've been hearing that the YouTube app is about to launch a live streaming, not platform, but it's going to offer a new way for you to live stream on YouTube. That maybe will be easier than this, let's hope. But the point is, live streaming is the thing right now. It's really taking over, and it's the one thing that I struggle the most with, as you could tell from the beginning of this thing. But because of that, I've decided I need to sort of embrace this a little bit, at least because this is now my job. This is now what I do, and I need to be a bit of an expert in this. So I'm embracing it. So the big announcement, at long last, is that in the month of February, I'm going to live stream every single day in February. This is not going to take the place of my normal videos. I still plan to put out the same content on the Mondays like I always do. But the idea is I want to do Question February is what I'm calling it. So I'm Answers with Joe, but February, in celebration of the 20,000 mark, is Question February. So every day in February, and I don't know exactly what time during the day. I'm going to go look through the analytics and figure out the best time when everybody's watching and whatnot. But I'm going to try to pick the same time every day. Go do a live stream just like this. They're going to be fairly short, 10, 15 minutes tops, I hope. And it's not going to be like an Answers with Joe video. What I would like for it to do is just kind of serve as a sort of an appetizer, a little bit of a nugget, where I kind of bring up a topic of discussion. I talk about what I think is interesting about it, and then I let you guys kind of discuss in the comments. And the ones that are the most popular, obviously, the ones that get a lot of a response, then they could become regular Answers with Joe videos. So I'm also kind of farming for content a little bit here, maybe. But no, I mean, it's going to be on topics I think you guys will like. And some of them might be just sort of peeks into my world. I might just talk about what's going on with me a little bit. The structure that I think I want to do right now anyway would be, you start off the video and I'll respond to comments that I think are noteworthy from the day before. And then I'll dive into the topic of the day. And then if there's time, I'll answer any questions that you guys might have. And then we'll close it out. But I'll have to keep them pretty short. They're not going to be well researched. I'm telling you that right now. This is not going to be like a regular Answers with Joe thing. I know I get a lot of comments where people say, "Hey, I love how well researched your videos are." I know that's like a big thing for a lot of you guys. But that's not really going to be the case here. Just because I'm just not going to have time to well research all these things, and I'm not going to have a script here trying to, okay, so here's what no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to find some interesting concepts, some interesting topics, and I'm going to, find a little information out about it, talk about it, tell you what I think is interesting, and then let you guys, discuss down in the comments. So that's the plan. I can guarantee you the ones at the beginning of the month will be god-awful, but my hope is that by the end of the month, I'll have a much better understanding of how this whole thing works and live streaming. If it turns out to be really popular, I might continue it, obviously not on a daily basis, but moving forward, I might continue to do things like that. If it crashes and burns, which is which it clearly could, then I'll never do it again. And no harm, no foul. I gave it a whirl, and I learned a little something, and it'll be something new. And I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I hope you guys like it. If you don't, you don't have to. You're not obligated to like it if you don't like it. But I'll do my best to make it interesting and fun, and we'll see what happens. So that's the big announcement. Every day in February, 28 days straight, it is a month of live streams from me posing interesting questions to you guys. And obviously, if you have topics that you think are interesting, like always, share it in the comments here, share it anywhere else, and I will take a look. And because I mean, I've got like 2 weeks right now scheduled of topics, but there's clearly more that I need to get to. So if you have something interesting, let me know, and I will incorporate it possibly. So one more little thing, and I won't keep this too long. Hang on a second. This is why I need to do live streams every day for a month, because I'm telling you, I'm like hyperventilating right now. I'm so used to having a script and a camera and the ability to edit and to just do this live. It's just like, oh my God, there are people watching. Anyway, so that's the big announcement, is the 20,000 subscriber thing. Question February. The other I guess it's sort of a big announcement. I want this to be a big thing, but right now it's still just the thing that's sort of being belfed. It's being belfed. Sorry. I am starting sort of a second series. It's not a second channel. It's on this channel, but it's only for Patreon subscribers. So what it is, I'm calling it right now, I'm calling it Joe Unscripted. I've only done 4 or 5 right now, but the basic thing is I talk about science topics here, I talk about mind-blowing stuff, but there's also a lot of other topics out there that I find interesting and that are the kind of things that I find myself talking to myself about in the shower and when I'm driving and whatnot. And some of them I think are very interesting, some of them I think benefit worldviews and benefit in your life. And I'd like to be able to talk about some of that stuff. But I also want to have a little extra something for my Patreon supporters, because this thing ain't easy and it takes up a lot of time, and I need to start finding ways, I'm being honest with you, to generate some kind of income from this channel. And I want to do it through creating content that I think you guys will like, and not as much by selling stuff, especially selling other people's stuff. That's how most YouTubers make their livings, is through brand deals. And that's still on the table. I've never really jumped into that pool. But what I would really much rather do is talk about things that I find interesting and that I think you guys would find interesting. And one way to do that is by creating a Patreon-only series. So if you want to watch this series, it is as simple as, you don't have to be any certain level of Patreon. I still have all the same levels of Patreon support with the different perks that people get. But $1 a month, you get to see this show. This goes to everybody on Patreon. It is not, there's no levels involved there. But that's Joe Unscripted. The one this last week, I actually talked about the Kennedy assassination, not in the whole conspiracy, not any of that stuff so much, but in relation to the movie Jackie and Jackie Kennedy's life and what she went through and stuff like that. So that's just what kind of came out this last week. It's going to be a little bit all over the map, but it's going to be interesting topics and stuff that doesn't quite fit this channel. If you're interested, it's patreon.com/answerswithjoe. I will probably put one of those out every once in a while, just kind of give a little taste to everybody that's not on Patreon. But that's my way of giving a little something extra to my Patreon people. And I would like for that to be a whole thing. I would like for that to eventually be sort of not a channel of its own. I don't want to say channel because that's a whole different thing. But I want it to kind of take on a life of its own over time. It's very small right now, but hey, this channel started really small, and now we're at 20,000 subscribers. I still can't believe it. So that's what I had to say. And right now I'm in that place in the live stream where I'm just rambling. So I'm going to try to cut that out. Give me a second. I'm going to look through some of these comments and see if there are any questions that you guys have. The problem here is that these comments are so delayed. I'm still getting people saying banana. He said he's nervous. He'll probably read it when he's wrapping up. Well, okay. I'm reading something. What am I supposed to be reading here? Doubt you'll crash and burn. Joe, your content is good, and I like your sense of humor. That was from PRM68. Thank you very much for that. Would Lightning McQueen have car or life insurance? Nice. That's a nice question. I wonder how many times now when like kids are watching NASCAR and there's a crash, like how many times they just start crying because they think it's Lightning McQueen. So Charles Eggman asked if I said what time. I didn't say what time. I'm going to go through and I'm going to figure out the right time for when everybody's watching, and I'll let you guys know. Someone speculated you weren't reading comments, so I figured you weren't reading while talking. No, I don't. So like that's actually a really good point. That's my biggest problem with live streaming is like when Periscope came out, right? It was a big thing, and I tried it, and it was like I'm sitting here talking, and all these comments are coming up, and it was like, hey guys, oh hi, wait, what was I talking about? And it would just would totally throw me off. So that's why the way I want to kind of do these is like I'll talk about the thing that I want to talk about, and then once that's over, I'll look at the comments, because if I'm responding to comments while I'm talking, oh my god, my brain can't handle it. I can't do it. What's my time zone? Super Duper Cooper, nice name. If you're asking me, Central Time Zone in the United States. Charles is looking forward to the show. Thanks, Charles. I hope they're fun. We'll see what happens. What's the name of the background music in my vids? I get asked that a lot. It's just some stock music that I found somewhere. I think it's called The Happening or something like that. I mean, it's stock music that I bought way back when. It's not really it's not something you can find anywhere. Let's see. Maybe more about the Tesla Autopilot and AIs. I will be talking some about that. Absolutely. That's going to change a lot of things. A lot of things soon. Jay Mundo, I love your videos, man. Thank you so much. Let's see what else is coming in. Super Duper Cooper feels cool because he got recognized. Aw, really not that big a deal. Let's see what else we got here. I think it's kind of slowing down a little bit. People are seeing me sitting here flailing about and saying, "What the hell? Why am I watching this guy?" All right, so actually, I think I'm going to wrap this up. Saw a lot of you guys showing up in there, and I really appreciate you checking in. I hope you like the live streams, and I hope I get a little bit better at it as time goes on, especially at the beginning, is because I have this, if you don't know, YouTube has this weird encoder thing where you have to you have to have this separate encoder and start. Anyway, it's a whole ordeal. It's a whole process. I'll try to figure it out. But so I'm going to cut it short for now. You guys, it's Friday. I hope you have a fantastic weekend. Hope you have a lot of fun. Stay safe. Love you guys. And God, I say it every time, but I really do mean it from the bottom of my heart. My whole life has changed in the last year, and I do feel a debt of gratitude to all of you for that having happened. It really means a lot, and thanks. So I will catch you. I got something coming on Monday. I'm very behind on it. We'll see how it turns out. I'll do my best. But anyway, you guys take care. Have a great weekend, and I'll talk to you soon.